do is tear it in half, and I'm happy to discuss with you in any way like why you sent a boy wonder.
To do a man's job.
I see you're late for our first collab.
Sorry, I was being chased by James Corden who had a tank, and I was busy looking for more movies for my Tim Burton collection.
Jeez, how long did that take you?
60 years.
What?
Don't ask, I have a weird obsession with that shit.
You should probably get some...
Anyway, you ready to start the Team Sonic Racing review?
Yeah, I don't see why not. Starting off with the visuals, the game uses an enhanced engine from the past racing games. It was pretty much booted with the All-Stars engine to make it stand out from other types of racing games.
Wait, they didn't use the Forces engine?
I should mention that this game was made by Sumo Digital, who had previously worked on the last two racing games. But instead of having Gameloft and Feral Interactive by their side, Sumo Digital had teamed up with Hardlight to make this game. The map's designs are based off of the past Sonic games, so I think the creators did a good job putting all their effort into it.
I agree, and the animation and the movement of the characters is really well done. They pretty much have the same fluid animation as the past games, the character designs are still great, and the textures here are pretty good.
Yeah, but it is a bit disappointing that the cutscenes are just a render of the characters.
I think they did that because it was a racing game, but yeah, that would have been pretty cool. I mean, Sonic Riders used cutscenes, but I don't know.
Let's move on to the vehicles. The options for customizing your own vehicle is a really smart idea because the options suit the character's style and attitude. For those of you who aren't fans of this series or have been in a coma for 13 years, the newer games have a rep for not having the best stories. Ever since Colors made everything more comedic, lighthearted, and less complex, the stories have been seriously lacking in depth and engagement. And obviously, Team Sonic Racing is no exception to this. Now, I know that Team Sonic Racing is just a harmless racing spin-off made by Hardlight and Sumo Digital, and Sonic Team didn't have much involvement with this title, but previous third-party spin-offs, hell, even the Rider games had some cool stories, so Team Sonic Racing doesn't have much of an excuse. Still, at least the setup isn't that bad. Sonic and his friends are invited to a racing competition by the Donpa, and they get to try out his cars. However, with the Donpa's mischievous demeanor and Eggman's late appearance, they start suspecting there's a nefarious plot going on. Now this concept isn't at all a bad one. It explains why everyone are in cars, it's an alright reason to have everyone race, and there's enough mystery behind the Donpa's motivations which makes you want to keep playing. However, part of that is ruined due to the fact that these characters, well, they won't shut the fuck up about the Donpa.
That was kind of brutal, Dodonpa. Why are you putting us through all of this?
So, what's your take on this Dodonpa guy, Amy? You trust him?
Dodonpa can send physical objects through space and time? That's a whole nother level of scary tech.
Dodonpa's motivations are a mystery to me, as are his loyalties.
So with all of that build-up, the Donpa has to have some sort of significance to the story, right? Nope. Turns out he was just testing out his cars and Eggman is the final boss. What? Yeah, this story isn't one to write home about, pun definitely intended, but you know what? It doesn't matter. The most important part of any story is its characters.
Speaking of the characters, here, Team Sonic Racing has its original cast of characters such as Sonic the Hedgehog, the worst character, Idris Elba, Woman, the Chows, Garfield from the movie, Blaze, Silver, Vector from that Roald Dahl book, Edgelord, Rouge, Omega, Terminator 2, Eggman, and that Bowser knockoff or something. I forgot his fucking name.
Stepping over to the gameplay side of things, let's start with the team system. There are 5 total teams in this game. Team Sonic, Team Rose, Team Dark, Team Blaze, and Team Eggman. I personally love how Team Sonic, Rose, and Dark stays true to how the teams were formed in Sonic Heroes with the exception of Cream's absence. I don't know, it just makes me happy. Basically, the objective of each race is to score the most amount of points by the end of it, and similar to most kart games, there are power-ups to help you along the way. Gamebox will go more into how the game plays, but for now, let's focus on this game's content, which it has a lot of to warrant its initial $40 price tag. Team Adventure Mode, the story side of the game, is pretty lengthy for a racing game. Not only that, but there are different types of races within Team Adventure that helps keep the gameplay fresh. There are okay ones where all you need to do is destroy as much egg ponds as possible or collect rings within a certain time limit. However, my personal favorite includes survival races, where the slowest opponents are eliminated over time, and Grand Prixes. Large races with multiple stages where each team's points accumulate over time until a winner is determined at the end of the final race. There's also car customization and other little goodies in the menu. If you pick this game up and take a liking to it, then you'll be glad to know it'll keep you busy for a while.
The gameplay in this game is really great. The controls are well handled, even though it was kinda hard trying to find the right buttons to use your items, and the build up at the start is kind of a mixed bag for me. Like, why is there a car humping the ground? Is this the untold legend of the Car 69 fanfiction? This game kinda has a Mario Kart feel, but stays accurate to the past games such as Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing and All-Stars Racing Transformed. Instead of keeping the items they had in the past, they decided to use the wisps because they forgot that they were a thing. I'm still very upset that there isn't a special move, but I'm not counting the team special move because it's just the star in Mario Kart.
But what's any good Sonic game without a killer soundtrack? I can confidently say that Team Sonic Racing delivers on this front. The main theme, Green Light Ride, is a certified bop, and the rest of the soundtrack mostly comprises of remixes from the previous Sonic stages this game's races are based off of. These remixes are great and fit well for a racing game, and the new tracks are also pretty serviceable as well. The music is composed by John Sonoe, I hope I pronounced that, who also composed the music in Sonic Generations. Tell me, why isn't this guy hired more often? So yeah, good stuff regarding the soundtrack.
At first I thought the online mode was gonna suck, but after playing a couple of rounds with Sly, it turns out the online mode is really great and really fun to play. Thankfully, there were no connection errors or mess-ups that happened. I could be wrong because people have different Wi-Fi connections or something like that. When you enter the online multiplayer option, you're given 3 options. 1, matchmaker, where you could just join any lobby. 2, create custom lobby, where you can, of course, create your own lobbies. And 3, join friends custom lobby, where you can join your friend's lobby. I do have plans to go back online and play more matches with different players so I can get an idea of who I'm going up against, and just to really test out my skills with other players, of course. You know, like online play.
In conclusion, Team Sonic Racing is a really fun game, and I would consider giving it a try.
I would say that this game is on my top 5 list of favorite racing games. So go to your supermarkets and purchase the thing. Or just get it on PlayStation Now.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah, it really was, but I refuse to forgive you when you called me a simp for picking Rouge.
I mean, you still are.
Oh yeah? Remember the time you...
Huh. I wonder what that could be.